Servus and hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel Biggy's Galanteria. Today I want to show you the princess ring with a chaton in the middle. You can see 3 examples. For this ring I used a grey chaton, for this a light blue, and for this a pink chaton. Today I make this ring with 2 colors of the bicones and with silver Miyuki 15-0 sea beads. Okay, you gonna need for this ring 3mm Swarovski bicones in 2 colors. I use the rose opal and the rose shimmer 2 times. Swarovski Chaton 1122 or SS47. It's 10.7 millimeters in a rose. Miyuki half Tila beads. The number of this color is 301. Then 2mm pearls in lavender and 11-0 sea beads 15-0 in silver. Okay, let's start. Of course you need a needle and a Fireline in 6LB. Okay, we begin with a half Tila bead and a 15-0 sea bead 8 times. Two and 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we have 2 15-0 sea beads. Okay. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 half Tila beads and 8 15-0 sea beads. We close this to a ring. And if you want, you can go through your needle through all your beads again. I take a half knot and a double knot. Okay. That's your ring. I go through the next half Tila bead and the next 15-0 sea bead. And go up through the upper hole and take 2 15-0 sea beads on my needle. And repeat this 8 times. Okay. Sorry for this half Tila bead. Repeat this the whole ring and meet me back again. So the last two 15 OC beads, and I close the ring or the round, and you can see we get a little basket. I go for the next ones, the next half Tila bead, and now I take 3 15 OC beads on my needle and go back through the same half Tila bead where my thread go out. And so I get 3 15 OC beads over my half Tila bead. I go for the next 15 OC beads and the next half Tila bead and take 3 15 OC beads on my needle and go back through the same half Tila bead. I come out, go through the next 15 OC beads and the next half Tila bead, and so on. Meet me back if you have your last 3 15 OC beads on your needle. I have my last 3 15 OC beads on my needle, go back through the same half Tila beads I came out and go back to the next half Tila bead and for the first 2 15 OC beads over the half Tila bead. Pull your thread a little bit tight, and you can see that's a ring. Now we have to fix our stone, and now we take on our needle one 2mm pearl and go through the next middle pearl of your 3 15 OC beads over the half Tila bead. Sorry. And pull your thread tight. And now you take the next 2mm pearl and go through the next middle 15 OC bead over the half Tila bead. And we repeat this until we have our last pearl on the needle. And if you pull your thread tight, you can see the pearls fix our chaton in the middle. Okay, meet me again if you have your last pearl on the needle. I have my last pearl on my needle, and I go through the last or the first 15 OC bead of our round. I pull my thread tight, and now we reinforce 2 times this round. See, the stone is fixed in the middle. Now I go through all, the next 2mm pearl and the middle of the 15 OC beads over the half Tila bead, and now I go back to the next 15 OC bead and through the half Tila bead. And I take 3 15 OC beads on my needle again and go back through the same half Tila bead once again. The half Tila bead, the 15 OC beads, and the next half Tila bead. I take 3 15 OC beads on my needle and go back to the same half Tila bead, like next 2 15 OC beads and the next half Tila bead. And I make this 3 over the half Tila beads once again. Okay, meet me back when I have my last 3 15 OC beads. My last 3 15 OC beads are on my needle, and I go back through my last half Tila bead once again, the next 2 15 OC beads and the next half Tila bead, and go back to the first 2 15 OC beads over my half Tila bead. And now I take on my needle this one or this one, I think this one. I take a 3mm Bicon on my needle and go back, and go through the next middle 15 OC bead over the half Tila bead. The next 3mm Bicon, I go through the next middle 15 OC bead over the next half Tila bead, pull my thread a little bit tight through the next middle 15 OC bead, and you can see if I pull my thread tight, the bicones flip in the gap. Okay, we repeat this 8 times or 7 times or 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times. Pull the thread tight. The next one, the next middle 15 OC bead. The next one 3mm Bicon over the next middle last one, and we reinforce. What's that? Okay, pull the thread tight. And you can see the first round of our ring head is ready. If you want this for your ring, you can make on this side now a ring band, and the ring is not so big. For example, I made this in gray, and you can see the ring is not so big. The other one is this size. It's bigger, more gorgeous. Okay, if you want the bigger ring, okay, we have to make a second round on our ring head. Now we go through the next 15 OC bead, the next bicon, the next 15 OC beads to our next half Tila bead. Now we take a half Tila bead on our needle and go through the next half Tila bead on our first row. And we repeat this 7 times. Meet me back if you have your last half Tila bead on your needle. Now I have my last half Tila bead on my needle and go through the next half Tila bead on the first row. Now I go to the next half Tila bead of our second row, go through the upper hole of this new half Tila bead. Now I have my last half Tila bead of my second row fixed, and now I take one 15 OC bead, one 3mm bicon on my needle and one 15 OC bead. Go through the next half Tila bead on my second row. Once again, 1 15 O, 1 bicon, 1 15 OC bead. Go through the next half Tila bead and repeat this until I come back to this point. Okay, meet me back if you have your last unit on your needle. 15 OC beads under my bicon on my needle and go through the last half Tila bead, and I reinforce through all beads again, and pull your thread tight. You can see the ring head is not yet ready, but it looks very, very good. Now we have to go through the next half Tila bead. And go through the lower hole of the half Tila bead. And we take 2 15 OC beads on our needle and go through the next half Tila bead of our second row. Pull the thread tight and meet me back again if you have the last 2 15 OC beads on your needle. Now I have the last 2 15 OC beads on my needle, go through the last half Tila bead of the second row and I reinforce my thread through all beads once again. Okay, for the ring band I have a new thread, and now we take 11 OC beads, and now we take 5 11 OC beads on our needle and go through 2 half Tila beads on our second row. Go through the next through the same 5 15 11 OC beads, once again. And through the same 2 half Tila beads once again, and the 2 15 OC beads, and through all 5 11 OC beads once again. It looks like this. Now I take 2 11 OC beads on my needle, go through the 2 11 OC beads on my first row, go back to my second row, take 3 pearls on my needle, go to the 3 11 OC beads on my first row and back for my 3 11 OC beads on my second row. I go through all 5 11 OC beads on my first row and all 5 of my second row. Now I take 1 and 2 11 OC beads on my needle, go back for the first 2 11 OC beads on my second row, back to the new 2 11 OC beads, take 3 on my needle, go back to the first 3 of my second row, through the three of my third row, pull it tight, and I go through all 5 11-0 on my second row and all 5 11-0 of my third row. Pull the thread tight and repeat this if you have the length of your finger, and close it on this side, on this two, on the opposite side, 2 half Tila beads of your ring head. Stitch your thread through all your beads and cut it off, and then you have a wonderful, beautiful, sparkling ring, and you can use all the colors if there you want. Okay, I hope I enjoy with my video, and until the next. Bye bye.